Welcome to the St. Louis Cardinals franchise, and finally, the World Series. We have made it, and we'll face the Texas Rangers in a rematch of the 2011 World Series. Both of us won Best of 7 series in Game 7 to get here. We had an excellent back-and-forth series with the Dodgers, where neither team won back-to-back games at any point. We won Game 1 on the road, and we won Game 7 on the road, despite a really uncomfortable pitching situation in that last game. Now everybody's fresh. It's ace versus ace. Dylan Cease has been our leader in this series, whereas Logan Gilbert, you'll remember, was one of the big signings of the A's franchise. We have also gotten a little bit healthier. We lost Michael Kopech in the NLCS, but did gain back first baseman Jordan Walker, who will return to the starting role. But that gives us 27 players on the active roster. And the cut would come down to either Daryl Moreno or Kyle Schwarber, because I like having Tommy Troy as infield depth, and we need that backup infielder. Schwarber has only had 7 postseason at-bats, but 2 of those resulted in home runs, while Daryl Moreno has one of the lowest OPSs of anybody in the postseason. But I am looking to make Daryl Moreno our 26th man here in the postseason, and here's the big reason. The Rangers will have 2 lefties in their starting rotation, and they also have 2 late-inning lefties, Jose Suarez and Tanner Scott. Usually you're pinch hitting later in games. And in this case, who are we pinch hitting for? It's typically going to be for one of these lefties that's been struggling, or maybe Mason Wynn. And I just feel like we're going to have more situations where we want to put a righty out there with some power, as opposed to a lefty. Now, Moreno is only 1 for 7 in the postseason against lefties, but I think the platoon advantage there has to be the tiebreaker, looking at what we're up against in this World Series. So, despite Schwarber being one of the reasons we're in this situation with some clutch pinch hits in the postseason already, that's the move we are making. The other option is to take Ryan Fernandez off the playoff roster and just have one less pitcher. But I do think it's a bad idea to drop a pitcher when I'm trying to pitch with a 4-man rotation. When we get to Game 5, should there be a Game 5, I have some options there, and a bullpen game is one that I shouldn't rule out. So I'm going to leave things just like this as we get the World Series underway. And we will be going through the first 3 games of the World Series here in this video. I'll try to make this move as quickly as things did at the start of the NLCS. I really enjoyed putting that together. So regardless of how things go today, we will know who has the advantage after 3 games. And let's get the World Series underway from St. Louis. We need to take care of home field advantage. Can we go and win Games 1 and 2? Dylan Cease gives us a great chance at taking care of Game 1. And it's Parker Derma who will lead things off for the Texas Rangers. He plays in the outfield. Ball 1. Cease has been reliable as anybody here in the postseason, but gives up the leadoff single to Derma, who has serious wheels. So definitely a threat to run, as Nathaniel Lowe has big power, hitting .382, and he's driven in 11 in the postseason. So they got a big lefty power bat hitting second. So do we. What is that call? How much that one missed by? Breaking out that circle change again, and we even the count. Popped up, shallow center, and this is Roberts' play to make. 1 gone. Corey Seager, Evan Carter, Wyatt Langford. Very good, heart of the order. Now saying that we could see Derma run here. Doesn't go on the first pitch. At the knees, strike 1. 19 RBIs in the postseason. Are you kidding me, Corey Seager? Could be your postseason MVP if they win this series. 11 for 21 over the last 5 games. Looks like he's due for an out. And we got him on 3 pitches. Now, if I'm Texas, I am totally prepared to run here. No extra lead, though, for Derma. Oh, my goodness, that changeup is so good. Up and away. It's ball 3 to Carter. Langford hitting .320. This offense red hot coming into the game as it's belted to left center. Out of reach for Roberts. Derma can fly around third and score. And Carter's got wheels. He's into third with an RBI triple. It was the curve that got us outs 1 and 2. But it gets the first run now for Texas. In the air for Marsh. He hits a fastball up in the air, but softly. And that's the top of the first. Logan Gilbert has had an up and down postseason, posting a 5.48 ERA, a 1.65 whip. Texas got the early run. We'll see if we can answer. Geraldo Perdomo's been all right, 227 average. Of course, Nolan Gorman's been fantastic, but Perdomo's gone on 1 pitch. Gorman, Marsh, Contreras, those are your top performers. And then, how does Jordan Walker factor in? That is a true X factor. Hasn't been here all postseason, as Gilbert blows the fastball by Gorman. Belted foul. And 3 waste pitches have this count full. Inside, ball 4. Brandon Marsh hits a fly ball weakly into shallow center for out number 2. And here comes William Contreras, who's been a great postseason performer with only 1 homer and 2 RBIs. I think for us to win the World Series, we need him to drive in some more runs. And that is hit weakly as well. Got him inside, and Gilbert pitches around the 1-out walk. Now we get Ezekiel Duran, whose numbers are much lower than the other hitters that we've seen. He's only batting 156. Cease doing a really good job attacking low in the zone. Weak ground ball. Mason Wynn makes the play. Josh Young, 236, a 681 OPS. Nothing too special. Way out in front of the curve. And he strikes out on 1, way inside. Jonah Heim is the catcher. He bats 8th with a 204 average. No homers, 3 RBIs, just a 468 OPS. All right, this low corner is not getting called, unfortunately. And those have been really good pitches by Cease, too. And struck him out. Welcome back to Jordan Walker. He missed the last couple weeks of the year and the first 2 series for us in the postseason. Walker had put together a really strong year, building upon what he did well a year ago. He hit 21 homers with 89 RBIs, 855 OPS. Daryl Marino had some big hits, but lacked the consistency in the middle of our order. Hopefully Jordan Walker stabilizes that. Takes a splitter, full count. Grounded over Gilbert's head. And the flip is there in time. The story truly flipped on Luis Robert in this postseason. He went from struggling and hitting down at like 8th in the order to being one of the reasons we are in this position, hitting massive home runs in the NLCS, including 9th inning that blew an Evan Phillips save, as well as in Game 7 giving us pivotal runs. His homer in Game 7 proved to give us the winning runs, actually. as we fight off some pitches of Gilbert and run these counts. Ball 4. And now what happens with this 7-8-9 trio? 3 guys that have underperformed, haven't given us a lot offensively. Donovan's hit .237 entering the World Series. Behind the plate, Jonah Heim has very good defensive ratings, making up for lackluster offense, at least in the postseason. His regular season was good, but he has a good arm. Should be careful running on him. Roberts going. Donovan, it's fair down the left field line. You don't see many hit and runs these days in the majors, but this one produces a game-tying hit. And how about Lars Nootbaar hitting just .189? At a time in this series, he had produced the only 30-plus home run hitting season in the franchise, but this postseason, he's been very quiet, despite having a good regular season. His power has fallen off over the last 3 years. He's now just a below average in terms of power hitter, and is 4 years removed from that 30 home run season. I don't need homers, but I do need more than 189 ideally. And into left center, that one is going to be caught. And finally, number 9, Mason Wynn. .330 OPS. He plays great defense at second base. I wish there were a little bit more to his game. And going through the postseason, the pitches have been there. The hits just haven't. And that is hit weekly. It's a little late and jammed into right. We've played 2 and are tied at 1. And the 9-hitter for Texas is outfielder Drew Waters. I believe he was a highly touted prospect with the Braves. Then went to KC, has made his way to Texas in this series. He's got that big leg kick as he prepares for the pitch. It's not just when the pitch is thrown, he's doing it the entire time. I haven't seen anybody else do that. The 1-2 is lined up the middle. Maybe there's something to that leg kick. Fishing is Derma. He's a guy we want to get to chase, as he won't be very easy to double up. And a pop-up will suffice. That's 1. Mash to Marsh, who doesn't have to move far. And Seager now. That's headed towards left center, but Robert can get to it, which should prevent a run. They're going to wave him through. And he's out by a mile. What a break for the Cards. Gorman hitting in the third again with a full count, but Gilbert strikes him out on the high heater. What a play by Gilbert, and the third inning is wrapped up easily. Carter hits one high in the air. It sends Nootbaar back, and he has space to make the catch. A 5-pitch walk is drawn by Wyatt Langford. That was the worst at-bat as far as Cease's control. But then he's right back in the zone against Duran, quickly ahead of him. It's Perdomo there, gets it to Wynn, who barehands it, and it's a double play. A drive from Contreras with carry to deep left, but not enough on it. We've had a lot of full counts in this game against Gilbert. Another one here, and fishing at a curve, it's strike 3. Now a full count on the other side. Top 5, Jonah Heim. Maybe pitched him a little too cute in that at-bat. Should have attacked him. Got him looking. Drew Waters watches one graze the outer edge. He did not like that call, but it was the right one. Bouncing away, and now that's timed to second and thrown out by Contreras. Cease through 5. Oh my, what a slider. Donovan gone on strikes. Gilbert picks up number 3. That was a filthy pitch. Nootbaar just can't hit it very hard. 79 off the bat. Mason Wynn lines one. He's on the board with our second hit of the game. Wynn on first. Perdomo 1-2. Wynn goes. That's flipped into left and caught. Complete through 5. Both aces still going strong. Cease at 67 pitches as we open the 6th, and that corner is just not getting called. It doesn't feel like any of the 4 corners are getting called reliably. It's like the strike zone is actually just like an oval that doesn't reach any corners. Derma is aboard. Throw over, and that is knocked down again? That is the second time in this postseason run that's happened on an errant throw from the pitcher. Now it feels less special because I've seen it twice. And now bounce to Mason Wynn. We've got 2 down. Nasty changeup. I love throwing this pitch. And again on top of it, bounce to Mason Wynn. 6 1-run innings. Meanwhile, Gilbert opens his 6th frame with 69 pitches, only 2 more than Cease had entering the inning. And he faces Gorman, and the continued grounders to second lead to outs. Up the middle, Contreras sneaks it past Seager. It's a 2-out single. Enter Jordan Walker, 0 for 2 in the game. Ground ball, backhanded, and the out is at second. Falling behind Evan Carter, we are top 7. I do have Jojo Romero getting warm. And it's a walk to Carter for Cease. That is his 3rd. Getting away from Contreras, and easily taking second is Carter. Nobody out for Texas. Good chance to take the lead. Holding back as Cease falls behind Langford. And then misses wildly inside, and there are 2 on. Not a bad time to look for a fresh arm here, especially one that can get strikeouts when you have runners on in the tie game. And I think this is Mason Miller's spot. Let's see if he can leave a couple aboard. Miller has pitched 8 1/3 innings. He has a 36.4 strikeout rate. Duran facing Miller. Grounded to Walker. Flips on to second. Doubled up. Big play defensively there by Jordan Walker. And not an easy double play to turn. Strong throw fading away. And just in time on the return. And now Josh Young. But I think I would much rather face Jonah Heim. I'm going to intentionally walk him. Falling behind everybody in this inning, though. Busted the bats. In a foot race, Donovan overruns it. And the run scores for the Rangers. On a broken bat single. 25 miles per hour off the bat. That's how they score. And now we still got to end this inning, too. Ground ball at Perdomo, and that is it for the top of the 7th. Cards got to get runs. One was never going to be enough. And they're going to their bullpen before things turn bad. But Jack Leiter has been rocked in the postseason. 5 of their relievers are actually just starting pitchers with high stamina, guys that can go multiple innings. So we'll see how that plays out here in the postseason. None are particularly highly rated. They've been disappointing prospects that didn't really develop. Ground ball. It is through. Robert reaches. And how about we make up for that little defensive blunder? Lined right center and down. Robert sprints on to third, and Donovan has a second hit. First and third, nobody out. As many hits against Leiter as we had against Gilbert. Lars Nootbaar 0 for 2. Can he come through in a big way and turn his postseason around? Grounded, it's past the first baseman, a run scores. 3 straight hits off Jack Leiter, and the game is tied. Admittingly, this wouldn't be a bad spot to have Kyle Schwarber pinch hit for Mason Wynn. But Cole Wynn is quickly brought into the game. Leiter retires nobody. And now Mason Wynn hopes to continue a strong inning. Wynn versus Wynn. Who's going to win? I really should have been prepared to put a bunt down. I wasn't, though. It's already a 2-strike count. Right to first base. They'll get both. So we got a big double play, top of the 7th. Now they get 1. 2 gone, tie game. And it's the top of the order. No call. Again, those corners have been dead zones. Line towards center. Retreating to catch it. We're through 7. 2 runs, 6 hits each with 6 innings from the starters. As even as it gets between the final 2 teams this season. Trying to give Miller one more batter before the lefties come up, but the trend of falling behind is unfortunately continuing, no matter who's pitching. It's a walk to Derma. I should also add that Ryan Helsley is going to be our closer in the World Series, with Alexis Diaz just not pitching very well. And given how many big lefty bats the Rangers have, I also don't really care for Diaz and his pitches facing lefties. I don't want to throw the slider, the mid-90s fastball. I'd just rather use Helsley and at least have a chance at overpowering them. Ground ball, Perdomo. Clean play, doubled up. It's Corey Seager, 2-2 count, 2 gone. He grounds it right through the hole. Ezekiel Tovar is going to pinch hit, or pinch run rather. Evan Carter is on. Still, that's consistent at least. I can't be too mad here in the 8th inning seeing this same zone. But another count where we're badly behind. And walk Carter on 4. So Cease had 3 walks. Miller had 2. And now 1 for Romero. Popped him up on the cutter. Had to change the game plan. Low stuff wasn't working. 2 left stranded. Nolan Gorman leads off the home half of the 8th. And Gorman launches one! Deep to right! And the lead belongs to the Cards! First pitch was teed up. Home run number 7. Cards lead 3-2. Yes, they do. Cole Winn with a big mistake. That was a changeup. Yeah, that one should not be up there. So we are going to get Helsley ready then, and he'll be able to face the bottom portion of this order. That's Brandon Marsh into left field. And we've been teeing off on the relievers. My quick reaction to all this is that the Rangers really need length out of their starters because their middle relief is probably one of their biggest weaknesses. They have good starters. They have a couple late inning guys. But if you can get the starter out, that 6th and 7th inning might be your money-making innings. Inside out, but just getting the out at first. I do have the option of pinch running Victor Scott for Marsh. It's a speed boost. He has 76 right now, but I don't want to take Marsh off the field in a one-run game because I would rather take off Lars, who has much less range. Ball 4 to Jordan Walker. Taking away and looking for insurance. Roberts ahead. Ball 4 to Luis Roberts. Brendan Donovan, 2 for 3. I have thought about taking him out, but I know his batting clutch is exceptional. 92 with 85 vision. He's got to stay on. I would pinch hit, though, for Lars in this spot. It's going to center. That's at least one. And we will... Let's send him back to second base. Make sure that run scores. I'm going to get caught here. Yeah, I should have just sent the one runner. But we do get the extra tacked on. 4-2 game. We go into the 9th. And we are going to have our closer return in Ryan Helsley. He has not been the closer this season, but he's been much better than Alexis Diaz in the playoffs. It's his chance. 6, 7, 8 hitters up, 2-run game. Strike 1. Got him at 102. Now falling behind Josh Young. Just trying to throw fastballs, and Young laces one into right field. No pinch hitter here. They've already used Tovar. So Jonah Heim looking for a big hit. Fouled off the curveball, running this count even. Held back 103, but outside. Upstairs. 2 great takes by Heim, and now 2 are on. So many walks. And now the 9-hitter Waters. Big cut. Fouled off on one he should take, given the zone. That is strike 3. 1 left. But top of the order, Parker Derma, who's 2 for 3. Already a lot of pitches in this one for Helsley. This will be 18. It's strike 2. Just off the plate. Got him swinging. Cards take game 1. Great start to the World Series. Dylan Cease goes 6. The bullpen, while a little shaky with the walks, get it done. We leave a lot of runners on base in this game. Given how many walks there were, you would expect a lot more runs than 6 combined. We drew 4 walks, but the Rangers had 8, combined with 8 hits and turned that into only 2 runs. Huge disappointment for Texas. Game 1 is in the books, and we move on. Game 2 will feature Corbin Burnes taking on Matt Manning as the Texas Rangers try to even the series, while the Cards look to take that early series advantage. Burnes has had some really good starts and one really bad one in the postseason. Texas had a lot of base runners in Game 1. I think we have a good chance. Well, I'd like to think we have a good chance of not seeing 16 base runners in this one. Derma with it bouncing off Walker. Good job covering Corbin Burnes. Got him by a half step. Oh my, that's getting called. So we just played a game where there were a lot of strikes that should have been called that weren't. I think that partially was responsible for how many walks there were. Popped up by Nathaniel Lowe. Perdomo is there. Oh, that's a devastating sinker by Corbin Burnes. Seager! Foul tip caught by Contreras. Here's Matt Manning. They need a good start out of him. Looks like very pitch to contact stuff. Low walk rate, low strikeout rate, but only a 1.1 whip against. Okay, that was missed. Should have been strike 3. Manning's had 5 really good pitches. Ground ball. It's past Manning, but Seager makes the play. Oh, on an 0-2 pitch, he just hit Gorman. He hadn't thrown a bad pitch until that one. A strikeout of Brandon Marsh, just not catching up to the fastball right now. And he's just working the edges perfectly. I'm really impressed with Manning so far. That's going to be Contreras on the first pitch. Caught in the gap, and we're through 1. Perdomo back, and it's over his glove. Carter is on. Now Langford watching 3 miss, none all that close. It's a 4-pitch walk. First bit of trouble for Corbin Burnes, but now 6, 7, 8 hitters up. Texas needs these guys to start producing. They've relied on the top of the order all postseason. Duran, he flies out. Now falling behind Young. We need to get this control back. Wild swing, 2 strikes. Full count, and Walker can't stop it. Hitting the gas, rounding third. We can't get him. Safe at home. Evan Carter. And just like we did often in Game 1, we need to limit the damage and leave runners on. Burnes not looking nearly as sharp here. It's a full count. I'm not trying to pitch him like super close here. I want this in the zone. 3-2 and spoiling that cutter. Good at bat for Jonah Heim, and we got the weak grounder. That will end the inning. Jordan Walker, a drive to deep left center, and he is back and ties the game. His first hit back is a home run. And that's on the other side of the plate. Usually, you pull that ball, you might get to the warning track, but he's a little stronger than that. And then the next batter is hit on the next pitch. 2 hit by pitches for Matt Manning. Ground ball, and it's an easy double play turn as it's a quick frame. 35 pitches through 2 for Corbin Burnes. We could use a little bit quicker third inning. Weak ground ball, that helps. He's ahead of Parker Derma, who's been a really tough out. And strikes him out. Inside out from Lowe to Marsh. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Working a full count now with Geraldo Perdomo. Lines it through, base hit. And now the superstar Gorman. Ooh, that was close. Oh, late on the fastball. And he got him. Great changeup. Inside out. That's a fair ball down the left field line. But we won't get to third on it. Grounded softly. Looks to stay fair. And it's past Young at third. And it takes him a while to retrieve it. So the bases are loaded. And it is Jordan Walker. Already with 1 homer. And grounds it back to Young. Just missed it. The command isn't really there for Burnes. He's not going to be hitting a bunch of corners, it looks like, today. So I think it comes down to, can we just throw strikes and see what happens? Now, throwing strikes is still tough, even when I want to be, not nearly as careful. Seager bounces to Perdomo, perfectly positioned. Marsh, does he have a play? He does not. But Burnes strikes out Evan Carter. Ground ball and a base hit now for Luis Robert. We've made Manning throw a few more pitches than we did the first couple innings. Now sitting at 50 pitches, but falling behind Donovan. And the fastball's in there. Grounded. And that looks to be 2. Nootbaar skied out deep left with carry, and it is gone! Nootbaar goes opposite field. Solo shot, third of the postseason. St. Louis leads. With the pitch count getting up there, I'm just waiting for more to be up in the zone. And this time we got a curveball. It's away, and we just stay with it. And it just gets over. A base hit opens the 5th for Texas. It's Ezekiel Duran. Now one is ripped past third, and the first 2 are on. More trouble for Corbin Burnes. Jonah Heim with 2 aboard, and that's left up. We've been seeing a lot of double play balls from both sides. And we're going to be chasing another one. What a pitch on the corner. Ground ball. And again, double play. Drew Waters. A base hit would tie things at 2. Another pop-up on the cutter. That's happened a couple times now in big spots, and Walker makes the catch. Picking things up now in the 6th inning. Burnes 66 pitches in. Top of the order up again for Texas. I think Liberator is going to be pitching next in this game. Our lefties should get a lot of innings. And Liberator was critical for us in Game 7. And Dharma strikes out. We need that changeup now against the lefties. And this one gets us a one-pitch ground out. And we quickly get ahead of Corey Seager without breaking out the change until here, and he takes. Donovan spears one. How hard was that hit? Had to have been about 110. Action now in the Texas bullpen. It's the same two pitchers that worked in Game 1. We should be seeing them soon. Energy on Manning is very low. We're going to make him empty the tank. Trying to be picky. 3-2, and he got him. And Walker cranks one. Deep left field. It's out of here. 2-home run game for Jordan Walker in Game 2. 4-11. And never a doubt. What a great return for our first baseman. One of our players from the very beginning of the series. We've seen him develop into this everyday star. Yeah, that got up there in the third deck. And that's going to be it for Matt Manning. I knew if I was just patient enough, I'd have a chance at one more of those. When did you warm up Brock Porter? Donovan lifted right center with carry. Extra bases into the gap. Holding at second, a 2-out double. It is a pinch run spot. Do I want Troy on defense for the last 3 innings? Might be a little earlier than I like to make that move. Let's see if Nootbaar can just make this easy on him. Another hit batter. That is 3. So Mason Wynn, I will pinch hit for him. It's going to be Daryl Marino. First at bat of the World Series. Good try on the breaking ball. A drive to center. Under it with room. And that's the 6th. But the Cardinals tack on an additional with Jordan Walker's second homer. He now has as many as Daryl Marino in the postseason. So Tommy Troy is going to enter the game. And Burns remaining in for now. A pop-up. This cutter has been a pop-up machine. That's the 3rd time. Grazing the outside against Langford. So you want to see your starters go deep and let you make the bullpen decisions you want to make, not the ones you have to make. So far, so good. Got him! Frozen on a very good slider to hit. And this isn't even close to peak Corbin Burns. Like, not even on the same planet as that guy. And still close to wrapping up the 7th as it goes under a diving Tommy Troy. Popped up. Got him reaching on the slider. And that is 7 good innings for Corbin Burns. This is Jeff Hoffman who's going to enter. He only has 2.1 innings pitched in the postseason. Probably a bit underutilized. And he'll be asked to get the 8th inning. And then the top of the order is going to come up. The 0-2 splitter. And he somehow gets a piece. Got him! That splitter was a little tougher. What a pitch on the corner by Hoffman. He's like, yeah, why haven't you been pitching me this whole time? I could have been doing this, and maybe some of these other games wouldn't have been so tricky. Slide for Marsh, and he's under. It's going to be at least a 2-run lead going into the 9th. 2 for 3, and he's made the 2 count. Jordan Walker grounds it and is retired. What a strikeout of Luis Robert Jr. We head into the 9th inning. And after a long outing for Helsley in Game 1, we are going to let Alexis Diaz get the save opportunity this time. And while I said I don't like his pitches facing lefties, those are the only guys he's been getting out. Righties have hit .545, but lefties only .182. A 2-run cushion as we try to go up 2 games in the World Series. Nathaniel Lowe leads off. He's 4 for 11 with 5 Ks against Diaz. Got him out in front of that slider. Oh, just nearly hit that corner. He did kind of graze it, though. Got him! Strike 3 looking. Seager takes a slider away for strike 1. Strike 2. And it's belted the other way. How did you do that? 106 off the bat. That looked about where I wanted it to go. How do you hit that ball that hard? It's a slider away against the lefty. That doesn't compute. 3rd straight lefty now, Evan Carter. Strike. What a pitch inside. Got him! Strike 3. 1 more to go. And it's Wyatt Langford. Rangers desperate. Down the line and hit foul. Ground ball. Perdomo can't make the play. Coming around and scoring is Seager. It's 3-2. Could we have dove there? Probably. We'll see if they try to steal to get into scoring position. It's Ezekiel Duran. Ooh, it just hits the edge. Out in front. And a good break for Diaz. He's only 1 strike away. Popped up. Robert coming in. Off his wrist. You gotta be kidding me. The run scores. Texas has tied it. Luis Roberts had it. The Gold Glover had it. It is not an error. It wasn't a routine play. He had to reach way down, and it didn't even hit his wrist. It just hit the wrist of the glove and fell out. Late inning drama. Got him looking. You gotta wonder, though, if I had Scott in center, I really should have made a move defensively to put Scott in center. Robert moves to right. That could have been a routine play for Victor Scott. Now, Robert still should make that catch. But suddenly the game is tied. We go bottom 9, and we face Tanner Scott, the Texas closer. And I have already used our righty in Daryl Marino. So our backs are against the wall here to try and win this in regulation. Line drive into center off the bat of Donovan. The winning run is on. It's Lars Nootbaar. And couldn't catch up to the fastball. He's retired on one. And now Tommy Troy, who has no postseason hits, looks for his first. Scott missing inside. Throws a slider, fastball, sinker. Good pitch. He flies it towards right. That'll be another easy play, and now Perdomo. Ground ball, skips off the mound, and out at second. And just like Game 2 of the NLCS, we play on into extras. Unbelievable. I'm going to warm up Mason Miller. I'm going to get Matthew Liberatore in the game. I can't believe that. A 2-0 start was right in front of us. Literally in the glove of Luis Robert. Just a piece of the top edge. Full count, Jonah Heim. Weakly grounded. Donovan crosses, plants, and makes a good throw. Great pitch from Liberatore. Drew Waters now hitting as a righty. Forgot he was a switch hitter. Got him. And softly pops. Robert secures that one. And now looking for the walk-off winner. Scott will stay in to face Gorman at least. Strike one. Fouled back. Inside. 3 straight misses. I'll have a decision to make if he walks. And he does. So, do we look to put Scott on and get him to second base? I think we absolutely do. All right, Victor Scott is on. We know what his job is. Designated stolen base expert. This is lifted, and it's going to force him to retreat. I liked that pitch enough. Ideally there, I don't swing at the first pitch, but wasn't disciplined. There goes Scott. It's called a strike, and now he's in at second base. It's a base hit to left field. Scott froze on it, and now he's at third. And a fly ball could win Game 2. Again, production from Contreras without producing a run. And now Jordan Walker, the player of this game, looks to cement it. Scott's 20th pitch. And it's off. It's time to end this game. Fly ball, center field! Scott can tag, and he will. This game belongs to St. Louis. He narrowly missed a home run. But just missing has never felt so good. As Jordan Walker wins it. Cardinals lead 2-0. He was celebrating like he knew it was a homer. And Victor Scott, again, a big part of us getting a pivotal run. We talked about some of these guys from day one, hopefully playing big roles on the way to being a championship level team. Jordan Walker's become that star, while Victor Scott has become an irreplaceable role player. What a great story for Jordan Walker. I mean, with how important he's been to this series, we weren't sure in the beginning what would happen. But now he's the reason we win Game 2. And it's a 2-0 series lead as the series will shift to Texas and the Rangers already have their backs against the wall. They will pitch great lefty and Garrett Crochet while we throw the young Dylan Lesko. I'm recording this game the day after playing games 1 and 2. I typically don't like playing too much in a row because I start to see the ball worse after a couple hours of playing. And against Garrett Crochet, I wanted to be fresh to try and hopefully put together more offense and win this game. So we're going to roll out a little bit different batting order this time around, moving down Geraldo Perdomo. We're instead going to have Brandon Marsh lead off. Yeah, Crochet's numbers are elite, and they need that to continue. Marsh does hit lefties pretty well, but I wanted to make a little switch, get Perdomo a little bit down in the order, and keep us from having 3 consecutive lefties at any part of the order. So the series has moved to Texas. We will have a chance to clinch here regardless of how Game 3 goes. That's 99 and by him. Fastball, slider, circle change in Crochet's arsenal. Full count and line towards left. The catch is made. A drive from Contreras against the fastball. He sends it back but does not leave the building. Still a lack of home runs and run-producing hits for him, as Nolan Gorman has 7 homers, only 10 RBIs. That's a lot of solo shots. Punched into center field, and Crochet will get a 1-2-3 inning. And battling against him will be the young Dylan Lesko, making only his 2nd start of the postseason. If we win this game, go up 3-0, obviously we're in a really good spot. Depending on what kind of lead we have, I could look to get Benny Matsumoto a start, only if that would allow us to have someone else fresh for a later game. Sometimes I'm put into a spot with a 4-man rotation where I end up starting a guy who's like 90 to 95% fresh. So if we end up with a 3-0 or 3-1 lead, there could be a bullpen game in Game 5. As Perdomo charges and pulls Walker off the bag. An E6. We've seen some errors out of Perdomo and some shaky defense at times. Taking off and getting there is Derma. Probably didn't have a chance anyway. And falling behind low as Texas tries to get off to a hot start. Into right field, Newt Barr makes the catch. And Derma will tag, heads up play. Usually I don't dive there, but it just felt like it wasn't as challenging as some of the others. Had a good angle at it and everything. So good catch, Newt Barr. Now Corey Seager. A drive to dead center field. And the scoring will begin. Seager with a 2-run shot. Rangers take a lead. That's a fair ball by Evan Carter. Thought it was about to turn foul, but Carter has extras. Shaky start for Lesko. We'll see if we can keep it to just 2 in the first. And that might be tough with that. A little bloop single hit into right field. It scores Carter, and they're still just 1 away. Walker's there. Wow, I didn't even have a chance there, and I hit circle, but apparently too early. Second chance. High hop there. It's a double play. It's going to take a lot of runs probably to win this one for St. Louis. Check this out. We got 2 guys who were with the White Sox at the start of the franchise. And now they're both in the World Series. Right center, hit softly and caught. Under it and popped up. Jordan Walker on a meatball. And that's a catch. Despite the rough start, I'm hoping Lesko can still give us some innings today. Not going to concede defeat early on. I have some decisions on how to manage this game as the runner goes and takes second base. It's 3-0. I mean, one good inning and we've changed the game. So not chalking it up to a loss already. And I still need to keep us in it. But I'm not taking him out after just a few outs. We also play 3 games in 3 days. So if it is an early exit, it probably will be. We might follow up then with Benny Matsumoto. If that happens, then maybe a Game 5 bullpen game is a little less likely. But we'll see how it goes. We're through 2. I'll be aggressive in this game as long as our offense shows some promise. But so far, it's been a dominant outing for Garrett Crochet. And nothing we're putting in play is hit very hard. In the air, well hit right center. Mason Wynn has it off the wall. And he will hold at second. It's a Mason Wynn double. Of course, he's the one to have our first hit of the game. But now looking for, oh boy, looking for a 2-out run batted in. Line to third and caught. The inning is over. Lesko seeming a lot more comfortable in the third. We've gotten Seager and Carter on weak fly balls. That's the ball. Putting away batters has been a challenge. Seager had a 9-pitch at bat in this inning. We're going at least 8 against Wyatt Langford as he strikes out to finish the third. That's headed to right center. Sounded good. Splits the gap into that little indent. Not sure what they call it there. But not a good place to hit a fly ball for sure. Let's just make it tougher to hit a home run in the center of the gap. Like, that's not a typical outfield design. 4 homers over his last 5 games. Here is Nolan Gorman. Fishing at a slider. Ground ball right side. Crochet refusing to give him a fastball. That at bat featured 5 straight sliders. Grounded, and that should bring home the run. Cardinals are on the board. Lesko's faced the heart of the order twice. Much better second time through. We are bottom 4. Why are you not calling that? There's a nasty curve. Full count on Josh Young. He strikes out on the fastball. And he blows a fastball by Jonah Heim, his 3rd strikeout of the game. And we head to the 5th. It's only a 2-run game. It's been settled down. Perdomo hooks it foul. A 3-2 count, trying to get that leadoff man aboard. Crochet, big pitch. It's outside. A lot of misses adding up for Garrett Crochet. Brendan Donovan can still deliver some big hits when we need him. That might be foul. Just a piece. We're making him run that pitch count up. 62, while only recording 12 outs is pretty good. Oh, I had no idea his energy is actually almost up. Yeah, Crochet's always had lower stamina in here. That's a base hit, Donovan. First and second, nobody out. Crochet on the ropes. And this really feels like a spot where Daryl Marino can give us a boost. It is only the top of the 5th, but I'm making the move here. I know his numbers haven't been great. Put him on the roster over Schwarber, but I knew that we'd have a chance to pinch hit against some lefties with Crochet's energy where it is. 2 on, nobody out. This is my call. And he misses up. The other part of this is that now I can't choose when Victor Scott enters. I have to now play him in the outfield. Or I could play Tommy Troy and still leave Scott on the bench, which you never know when you need that pinch runner. But Crochet, 3-0, this is big trouble. We're definitely taking this pitch. It was the one I wanted. Lined into center and caught. Perdomo stays put. And Crochet will now exit. Texas into their bullpen a little bit earlier than it seemed they'd have to. Owen White comes out. This is anybody's game. 3-1 Rangers. Only 4 1/3 for Garrett Crochet as Mason Wynn looks to deliver his biggest hit of the franchise. Fly ball left center. Easy play. 2 gone. And Brandon Marsh now in the leadoff spot. Now we're happy that I made that move. He gets to face a righty. 2 on. That's in there. Grounded. It's through. Perdomo. Windmill around third base. And he scores. 3-2. And that brings up Contreras. 2 RBI. That's it. Unbelievable. You'd think he's hitting 138. Wow, on the corner. Ground ball. It's knocked down. Contreras is out. Again, just can't find a way to drive in a run. But we keep chipping away. We get another run back and Crochet is out. We are going to put Tommy Troy into the outfield. And I'd say we've successfully moved on from a rough first, but now hit to the right center alley. Troy makes the catch. Why'd you put the fence like that? You just cost yourself a run in the World Series. All because you want a few more triples. I want one more out. And then I have JoJo Romero getting ready to enter. Struck out Derma. The throw is good. 2 gone. Not a bad outing overall for Dylan Lesko. It just didn't start well. But I do want to make our move here. JoJo Romero. Only a 1-run game in the 5th inning. This was kind of best case scenario with how the first inning unfolded. So we can have JoJo face the lefties this time through. Liberator the next time through. Guys like Mason Miller are fresh. Pitching is set up. As Lowe is going to knock that through the middle. Seager now right center. Troy giving chase. Has to cut it off. It's a single. And now trying to score. I wasn't expecting that. What? They just sent him. I wasn't even looking there because why would you send him? And that split second is all it takes. Unbelievable. They get a run out of it. So now a 2-run game for Texas. 2 strikes on Carter. And now a full count. It's a walk. Wyatt Langford attempting to break this game open. Again, full count, and it's ripped down the line. That's at least 1. And facing one of our best relievers, they open the lead back up. Could have had out number 3. 3 runs score after I just lost concentration for a split second. And no confidence now on Romero. This is a busted outing for him. Finally, a strikeout ends the inning, but what an ugly 5th. Texas hopes that launches them to a victory. Full count to Nolan Gorman. Got to get something back here soon with the heart of our order now. Called strike 3. And a walk now drawn by Luis Robert. Jordan Walker 2 for 9 with 2 homers and a sac fly. Ground ball, knocked down at second. Quick feed, they get the double play. Jeff Hoffman coming on now for the Cardinals. If we can get some runs back, then maybe we see Mason Miller come in. Otherwise, I'd like to have Miller, Helsley, all the best guys ready for Game 4. Strike 3, Josh Young. Jonah Heim takes a 5-pitch walk. Waters bounces it. We're just going to get the out at first. And it's lined up the middle and through. Heim is waved. That's their 7th run. A lot of breaks going the Rangers' way today. They have a couple RBIs on pitches that weren't in the zone. They've also just outplayed us. When a team plays better and gets luckier, that's how games turn sideways like this. A drive to right field. Connecting for a solo shot is Geraldo Perdomo. We're back to a 4-run game. Come on, Tommy, you got to get at least one postseason hit. It just can't happen. He's not ready. Mason Wynn nearly gets hit. We draw a 2-out walk. Back to the top with Brandon Marsh. And he's able to get ahead. Little bit late, and it's skied into left with room. If you're going to lose a lopsided game, though, maybe it's better for it to happen on the road. At least now we might be only in a position to pitch 8 innings, which could leave somebody else fresh. Would certainly rather get some runs and make things more interesting. But Texas on their way to getting on the board. They have 2 singles in the inning. A drive from Josh Young. Got every bit of it. 3-run shot over the bullpen. Texas up 7. Ryan Fernandez finishes up the inning, and we'll ask him to finish the game. That is an unbelievable catch by Brendan Donovan. Even down 7, got to see it again. Over the mound. Tag. Double play. Fernandez gets us out of the 8th. He actually does have sticky stuff. Let's see if they find it. A shot to right center. Back and down. Extra bases over the fence. Jordan Walker. MJ Melendez hasn't played all postseason. Let's at least get him an at-bat here. Bouncing ball over to third and tagging Walker to finish it. The Rangers take Game 3. The home team has won the first 3 games in the series. And next episode, we will have 2 more games, Games 4 and 5, as we'll have a chance to win our first ever World Series. Great game for Texas. We just didn't play very well whatsoever. And now that sets up Game 4, which will have Nestor Cortez pitching against Bailey Ober. Both have mid-5 ERAs in the postseason, and depending on how that game goes will determine what my plan is for Game 5. If we win, are up 3-1, and it doesn't look like we'll have a 100% Dylan Cease, we could see Matsumoto and a bullpen game. Maybe that's my plan either way. I don't want to pitch Cease again until he's 100%. I don't know if he will be after the next day. But that is a successful start to the World Series. Cardinals up 2-1, and we continue with the World Series again soon. Thank you all for watching today's video. Do you think the Cardinals can get this done in 5? Let me know down below. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you when the World Series continues.